Welcome to Driving in Korea. This is Joe. I'm driving around Korea, talking about what's on my mind. Just crap. Gonna try this out. Not sure if I really wanted to tackle this topic, but it seems to be flying all over the expat zeitgeist right now. Some incident, not even an incident, it's just someone posted what happened to her, or actually what she did while she was out. So it was foreign woman, German, was out, and the thing that usually happens in Korea when there are children, kids said hi to her. Now, yeah, I know, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So a 4-year-old kid said hi, and the woman used that as an opportunity to learn the child's dad in Korean about why it's racist for his child to say hi, with him being the dominant race in Korea and treating non-Koreans that way. Okay, so that was a big load there, and immediately she's all over Reddit, all over the Facebook, as known as the German, the Deutsche Karen. And at first, yeah, it seems so simple to just cancel her. But, and I felt that too. Right away, I was like, oh God, that's a little extreme. And then I'm reading the nuance on this, a little more of the background. And I think a lot of people weren't looking at the context of this, because it's easy. It's easy to demonize someone. It makes you feel good when you can prove that you're morally purer than someone else. Really makes you feel good. It's a high. I think that some studies have been done. It actually makes you feel, it gives you a little bit of a buzz when you can say that I am morally superior to you. I'm more morally pure than you are. And so people just gang rushed her all over the internet. Found out, I mean, some people on the Facebooks actually knew her personally. I don't know the nationality of her husband, but he's not white. I think he's black. So I don't know. So there's one little bit maybe of context of maybe we don't know what situations they have been in that might have just pushed her to the boiling point on this one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they've been dealing with some stuff that I don't know of. Nonetheless, okay, but there were some warning signs about the way she handled it. One, a 4-year-old. And it's just a single 4-year-old doing the hi thing. Not something I would want to go into a 30-minute argument with a Korean dad over. On the other hand, of all the people that have been chastising her for being a bad expat, how many of those people can hold a 30-minute argument in Korean? But the next thing is she went on this group called, I think it's Expat Women in Korea, and posted it. And that was the mistake, I think. That's where I think she went. There was something a little bit off about that. If it's an isolated incident and you did it, okay. You know, maybe you just tell some friends or your loved ones and they might nod, or they'll just say, that was a little bit extreme. But to feel the need to post this incident on a semi-public forum implies that you kind of want your back pat for this. You want people to say, good show. You fucking showed that 4-year-old. Yeah, that didn't work out for her. But then again, all the pitchforks came out, and we went down the other extreme on this one. But this is a little context on this. I mean, on the offhand, if you've not lived in Korea, if you've not been an expat in Korea, if you've not lived in Korea and not been able to camouflage yourself, then you'll get these little reminders all the time. The kids, many times, I'm not saying all the time, but many times, a lot of the times when the kids are saying hello, they're not looking to communicate. They're not looking to greet. They're playing a game. They're looking to get the reaction out of the foreigner. They're not honestly wanting to greet you. They want to show off to their friends. It's kind of like, you know, I remember when I was on vacation as a child, and we're bored. And so what we do, we see what we call a Mack Truck, trailer truck, and we all go, you know, try to get them to honk the horn. It's kind of similar to that. Is, you know, if the person that's saying hi to me really wanted to greet me, they'd look me in the eye and say hello. But usually, you get these groups of kids, and they're coming up to you, and you hear them going, oh, weikukin, oh, weikukin, oh, weikukin. And then they wait until they're behind you. They've already passed you. Then they go, hello! Now, is that a greeting? It's just to say, hey, we see this non-Korean person, let's fuck with them. And it's annoying. Now, it's not what this person, it is not racism. I'm going to take a stand. Like someone else said, this was not the hill to die on. It's not racism, but it's also not benign. It's, oh God, okay, we're going to use the pansy term, microaggression. It's a microaggression. It's just a little reminder that you're the other. And then, you know what, it's fine every now and then. Okay, good. I get the little highs. I respond. Oh, weikukinimida. And I go, hangukinimida. You know. They go hello, I say hi back. I got a friend. He's annoying the way he handles this. The kids are doing what I call the drive-by highs. He'll turn around and start trying to hold a conversation with them, and that just, it backfires on them. It's so funny. But there are times you just don't want to deal with it. I used to live right across from an elementary school. And there was only this narrow road that was all the students entered and left from. And so it was just a crowd of, it's like, you ever seen like the running of the bulls? It's kind of like that every day. And I usually had to go to work around the same time as these kids are being let out of school. Every day it was a giant sea of hellos and weigukin, and every now and then a puck you. Or my name is, hello, my name is, you know, things like that. Nice to meet you. Just playing with their stock phrases, trying to get a reaction. They're not trying to communicate. Be fine, totally fine. if they're trying to communicate, but they're just looking at the person who's different and an adult, and they think they don't see you as an adult here. You know, you're a clown for their amusement. Another friend of mine said that he was in the early days in Korea. He got out of a car and a group of children, elementary kids, and they were all trying to donchim him, stick their fingers up his butt. A random adult stranger. I mean, would a Korean adult put up with that? And so it just shows that your status in society, that the status in society that people hold you towards is children just see you as a plaything, and the adults let it by. And of course you get the asinine response of, well, you chose to be here, which is a variation of go back to where you came from. No, that does not solve a societal problem. It's not a societal problem, but it does not fix anything to say go back to where you came from. You chose to be here, deal with it. Sit back and sound how ridiculous that sounds. That just gives an excuse. So it's not racism, though. No one's oppressing anyone. It's just kids having fun. But it's not polite behavior. Now, if the child was older, or it was a group of kids, maybe politely point out to the guardian that is not polite behavior. It just happens. It's just an annoying thing. It just happens all the time. And there's just times when you're just not in the mood to be the dancing clown going down the street. You know, there are times when I've been trying to get to work in the sea of kids, and you know, I just got news that a relative died, or a friend died, or you know, my wife and I just had an argument. I'm just not in the mood to be jolly old hello, because that's, you know, everyone sees you as the Isaac Durst clown. And so I'm seeing lots of sides on this. Of course, you get anytime anyone brings up the hello thing, you always get the uber macho response. Man, that doesn't bother me, man. Okay, good for you, man. I wish I had that type of mental shell to put around me. Either they have really strong, hardened shells, or they have the emotional IQ of Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Because I just don't get how you're able to be a social human being and just ignore that. How you're supposed to have like social sensitivity for some situations, but like a robot just shut it down for others. I mean, I usually think that the people that are able to shut it down also have problems in other parts of their lives where they can't read people's emotions. These are the same people that, you know, suddenly maybe their partner gets angry at them and it surprises them because they couldn't read their emotions. Those are the types I think that are able to shut that out. And there is a level, a pattern of this fake machismo, this fake toughness in expats. Oh, just deal with it behavior. I think it's just a cover. It's a cover for being scared. Because as much as I, you know, you get tired of the whiny expats, but you also get tired of the socially inept expats who just, just deal with it, man. Yeah, this ain't something to go to the streets over. It's just an annoying fact of life here. If anyone's going to say anything, you know, maybe in a classroom situation, maybe talk about it, discuss, and try to by ways of empathy talk about why it's not polite behavior. It's demeaning to people to just pick them out and say hello just to get a reaction out of them. The drive-by hellos. Yeah, well, it's... Oh, this will get me in trouble. But whatever. Because I hear it's coming from the Expat Women's Korea group, which is... Of course, I'm not in that group. But I've heard tales of how toxic that group is. I'm in a similar group, Expat Dads, and we have a big rule. It's almost a Fight Club rule. We have two big rules. Everything inside of that group stays in that group. And two, we have to be civilized to each other. And it is really... Dan Dokpo and Ed Wojcik created that group, and they've created one of the most stellar internet groups I've ever been in, and that they're able to keep the conversation civil in that one. And I like that group because it's a safe space for, you know, there are times when, yeah, we're kind of a little vulnerable. You feel safe to be vulnerable in that group, as opposed to this Expat Women's group where it just sounds like a toxic Mean Girls fest. Woo, going over. So anyway, yeah, there are no winners in this. Well, I don't know. That was just not the right time to make your stand on that one. I think, I don't know. None of us were there for this incident. We don't know what was going on. But there's a child that's very, very young, and if they just want to say hello back. Just let it go that time. If it's a bunch of pissant 13-year-olds saying it behind your back just to get you to turn around, yeah. I just give them the shit look. And you get that. You get singled out. But it's usually drunk older men that single me out. I got assaulted once by drunk old men. I'm just trying to walk home, and this guy wanted to show off to his friend that he could beat up the foreigner. They get the drunk old men following me on the subway. Hey, American! Calling me. I get on the bus, and some old drunk guy in the back of the bus, he starts yelling at me. You know, it's stuff you just deal with randomly. And then the hello. Dealing with that all the time. It's just it's just a daily annoyance. It's a daily microaggression. And there are times they just add up, and you just don't want to deal with it. So what I'm saying is this, is like, yeah, it's not racism. It's not that big, but it is also not something to dismiss. Rude behavior is rude behavior. It's a form of dehumanization, maybe. Maybe we're looking too deep into that, but you know. Sometimes you just get worn down of being singled out all the time when you just want to go around. You just want to go about your day. And you just get tired of people just pointing out that you're different than everyone else, that you don't belong here. Gets a little tiring. It's the, you know, Oh, you speak Korean good. It's that type of thing. Which, I don't mind that one so much. I actually smile and say thank you when someone says that. Even though my Korean's not as good. So anyway, I think that's... I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about that. Nah. Sum up. I think we don't know the situation. Think it was an overreaction, but then again, a lot of people were projecting their own assumptions onto that situation. I don't know why this person felt the need to post it on the internet, what she did, as if it was an accomplishment. But in the backlashes, I've sensed a little bit of misogyny and a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of go back to where you came from, which that's not good either. That doesn't justify you being an asshole. I'm not really a big fan of the how do you like them apples approach to cultural relations. I don't think that doesn't do anything except make one party feel better about themselves. It doesn't lead to better understanding between people. Of course, I'm sure I'm just talking out my ass. I know, I would kind of say, like, I want to hear what your thoughts are. No, I've been hearing what everyone's thoughts are for 16 years. It's the same old record. It's the same old arguments over and over and over again. And 16 years of dealing with it, I still cringe. I just like cringe if I see a group of elementary school students or teenagers. If I have to pass them by and I just sense, they're going to start harassing. They'll want to, is the word harass? It's not harass, but they just want to do a drive-by high. It's like, I just want to have peace. I just don't want to go through this every time. It's just, every day, just, push you down a little more. Just gnaws at your skin. But I got no I don't have any big complaints about it. I mean, I'm still safe in this country. I don't have to worry about major crap here. It's just, yeah, that term, it's just microaggressions. Just microaggressions. To just add to your annoyances of the day and turn you into a larger alcoholic. Alright guys, everyone, love you all. Stay safe.